It's a trick. The whole entire world is a business. And the more I learn about this, the more you see how this stuff really works. It's extraordinarily scary stuff. The Vatican's behind all of this stuff, way behind all of this stuff at the Vatican. You better go back and look at the real powers behind the world throne. That's the Vatican. You better go back and check out the Jesuits. Jesuits are really behind a lot of this stuff. I mean, get the movie Godfather 3, the third one in the series. Michael Corleone, everybody knows he's a godfather, he's the head of the mob family. And in the very beginning of Godfather 3, he's being anointed with a sword in New York as a member of the Knights of Malta. Yeah, it's in the movie. He's right in the church, and the cardinal is anointing Michael Corleone into something called the Knights of Malta. The Knights of Malta are a very powerful secret society operating behind and for the Catholic Church. They're connected to something called Opus Dei, the work of God, Opus Dei. And Opus Dei, CIA, NSA, all of these alphabet agencies are connected to the Knights of Malta, which is a Catholic institution. This is why all over the world, all the politicians go and kiss the ring of the Holy Father and bow down and kiss the ring. Why? Because he's the Holy Father. He represents God. He is the Godfather. We're talking Rome. We're talking powerful occult orders of secret societies, Opus Dei. They're the people who Rome gave birth to something called P2, Propaganda Due. P2 Lodge is operating out inside the Vatican, inside the Catholic Church, as a secret society called Propaganda Due, P2. P2 is an extremely powerful occult network of very powerful politicians, military leaders, and they are well known. Even in the movie Godfather 3, P2 is mentioned twice. Go back and watch it. They talk about P2. And there's a time when the young man who's taking over the Godfather position is meeting the Grand Master of P2, Propaganda Due. It's in the movie. And he introduces him as the Master of P2.
Opus Dei is a cesspool of controversies, more so than many other Catholic institutions. The Jesuits are heavily opposed to the Opus Dei's existence, claiming that the Opus Dei is very dangerous, and that there were signs in it of a covert inclination to dominate the world with a form of Christian Masonry. It isn't just the Jesuits that have criticized Opus Dei, though. Many leaders, journalists, other religious figures, and ex-members criticize the organization for its many cult-like practices. For instance, the recruitment process of Opus Dei is highly aggressive, using love bombing or showering potential recruits with admiration to join, despite many psychologists claiming love bombing is a part of a cycle of abuse and is described as psychological manipulation. Another factor why Opus Dei is described as cult-like is because of the immense control Opus Dei directors have over their members. Ex-supporters even mention that leaders would burn books that were part of their forbidden books list. To quote, former numerary Joseph Gonzalez says, "During my stint as a numerary, I witnessed the numeraries, including the directors, intermittently burning books in the garden at the back of the center, usually Protestant Bibles and books on the theory of evolution. As expected, Opus Dei denies repressing their members' freedom and would often do so by quoting Escrivá, who once said, 'Respect for its members' freedom is an essential condition for Opus Dei's very existence.'" The factors contributing to Opus Dei's cult-like status doesn't end yet, as their intense secrecy is a point of contention and has raised more questions than answers. Opus Dei does not publish member lists, and members do not reveal that they are part of the organization to the public. In fact, in its 1950 constitution, members are forbidden to reveal their membership unless granted permission by their leaders. Lastly, another heavily criticized part of the Opus Dei is their influence within the Catholic Church as a whole. Because of its unique status, Opus Dei has both too much independence and influence towards the Church. Critics would say that Opus Dei has become a church in a church, thanks to its independence. The combination of dated beliefs, questionable practices, and very aggressive control over its members all point to Opus Dei being one massive cult disguised as an institution of the Catholic Church.
The Vatican's behind all of this stuff, way behind all of this stuff at the Vatican. You better go back and look at the real powers behind the world throne. That's the Vatican.
We know that the name Vatican has nothing to do with the Bible, Greek language, or Latin. It is derived from the Etruscan god Vatis, who was the god of divine communication and prophecy. The Etruscans believed that Vatis resided in an underground cave, and they built their temples on top of these caves to commune with the god. Today, the Vatican is still built on top of an ancient Etruscan cave, and it's said that the Pope himself communicates with Vatis through a secret tunnel that connects the Vatican to the cave. Whether or not this is true remains a mystery, but it is clear that the name Vatican originates from pagan belief. In October 2019, Pope Francis changed the name from Vatican Secret Archives to the Vatican Apostolic Archives. The Apostolic Archives is the central repository of the Holy See for all of its acts, deeds, and documents, and is one of the oldest institutions in the world. It was founded on the initiative of Paul V in the mid-17th century and is currently one of the most extensive archives in the world. The archive also contains personal archives of the Pope and are subject to the Pope's authority. The archives are divided into two sections: the Vatican Apostolic Archive and the Vatican Secret Archive. The Apostolic Archive contains documents from the pontificate of Pope Innocent VIII up to the 20th century, while the Secret Archive houses records from more recent years. The Apostolic Archive is open to researchers, while the Secret Archive is not. The Vatican Secret Archives is a vast storehouse of secrets and revelations, containing records of scandals and explosive information. The archives are so enormous and disorganized that no one knows its full extent. One expert claims that there are only 24 miles or so of shelves for the archives. However, the Vatican recently admitted that there are 85 linear kilometers, 52 miles of shelves. Additionally, there are 135 fondi, or individual archives, separate from these shelved entries. These include not only records of papal decrees, chancery business, and the like, but other materials, such as the records of prominent papal families, suppressed religious orders and monasteries, and those of nunciatures, or church embassies. Most of this has never been examined, much less indexed or cataloged. The access is strictly controlled because of sensitive information, such as information regarding the Inquisition, a group of institutions within the Catholic Church whose aim was to combat heresy, conducting trials of suspected heretics. These types of information can only be seen with permission from its successor organization, the Sacred Congregation for the Propagation of the Faith. Nevertheless, the Vatican Secret Archives is a valuable source of information for historians and researchers seeking to uncover the truth about the Catholic Church and the world around us. According to some rumors, the Vatican archives contain evidence of extraterrestrial life. The most commonly cited evidence is a series of skulls that are said to be of extraterrestrial origin. Some people believe that the Pope is in league with these aliens, and that they are working together to implant everyone on Earth with computer chips. While there is no concrete evidence to support these claims, they remain a source of fascination for many people. If the rumors are true, it would mean that the Vatican is sitting on one of the biggest secrets in history. Perhaps one day we'll know the truth. But for now, the Vatican remains tight-lipped on the matter of the extraterrestrial. In 1891, Pope Leo XIII released an encyclical that would profoundly impact the Catholic Church. The document, titled Rerum Novarum, translated to Of All New Things, was a scathing critique of the Industrial Revolution and its effects on workers. Leo argued that the new economic system was exploitative and unjust, and he called for sweeping reforms to protect workers' rights. The encyclical caused a stir within the Church and sparked a debate about the papacy's role in social and political affairs. In the years that followed, Papal encyclicals became increasingly common as popes used them to speak out on various topics, from poverty and war to contraception and abortion. Today, papal encyclicals are an essential part of the Catholic Church's social teaching and continue to shape our understanding of the world around us. Some people believe that despite its dissolution in medieval times, the Illuminati has solely built itself up, with its members placed in some of the most powerful positions across the world. One such powerful office is the Vatican, where many prominent members are believed to be part of the Illuminati. The idea of the Illuminati controlling everything may seem far-fetched to some, but when you consider the evidence, it makes a lot of sense. For example, the Vatican is an immensely wealthy organization, with an estimated worth of over $30 billion. They also own some of the world's most valuable art and historical artifacts. Given their vast wealth and influence, it's not hard to believe that they could be behind some of the world's biggest conspiracies. So next time you see something strange going on in the world, don't be so quick to dismiss the idea that the Illuminati could be behind it. The Third Secret of Fatima is a controversial document hidden within the Vatican archives. In 1917, 3 children from Portugal claimed to have received a prophecy from the Virgin Mary, one of which was witnessed by thousands of people. The supposed suppression of this third secret fueled rumors that its contents were regarding a nuclear holocaust, natural disaster, and so on. The release of the contents of this secret in 2000 did not do much to quell speculation. Many believe that the third secret is still being withheld from the public. Some believe that its contents are too shocking to be revealed, while others believe that the Vatican is using it as a tool to control the masses. Whatever the truth may be, the Third Secret of Fatima remains one of the world's most mysterious documents. Only a handful of people can access the archives. Even then, they are only allowed to view specific documents. But some believe there is more to the Vatican archives than meets the eye. For example, some believe that hidden away in the archives is a time machine known as the chronovisor. The chronovisor was allegedly built by an Italian scientist and priest, Father Pellegrino Maria Ernetti. Ernetti was said to have reverse-engineered a device that an ancient civilization had left behind. Using this device, he was able to view events from the past and future. He even claimed to have witnessed the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. However, no record of such a device exists, and Ernetti took his secrets to the grave when he died in 1994. Nevertheless, some believe that the chronovisor is still hidden in the Vatican archives, waiting to be discovered. Ernetti, along with many scientists, claims to have made the chronovisor through combining ancient occult knowledge and modern scientific advancements to provide the Vatican with information about certain historical events. Peter Krause, a journalist, published a book in 1997, originally released in German, entitled Die Schicksal ist vorherbestimmt, literally meaning, your destiny is foretold, which details the information currently known about the chronovisor. The book was later translated to English under the title The Creation and Disappearance of the World's First Time Machine on March 1, 2000. This book features previously unreleased documents, such as the first Latin to English translation of the text of Thyestes, a now lost tragedy from Rome in 169 BC. Ernetti was said to have brought it back himself. In addition, Vatican priest Father Francois Brune was in full support of the chronovisor's existence. Ernetti died at the age of 69 in 1994, and while his death was reportedly peaceful, many speculate whether this peacefulness was natural or done by force to silence Ernetti in order to conceal the secrets of the chronovisor. While not much is known about Ernetti himself other than having a boisterous career in the field of music and being proficient at exorcism, his claim to having made a time-traveling machine has left an impact not only on the Christian community, but the speculative population as a whole. To say that the chronovisor is a time-traveling machine wouldn't be entirely correct, though it wouldn't be incorrect either. If by time-traveling machine you mean transporting a person to another time period to allow them to live that era in person, then the chronovisor isn't a time-traveling machine by that definition. However, if you define a time-traveling machine as a device that allows users to peer into either the past or future, then the chronovisor is a time-traveling machine. The chronovisor is described as a time viewer that had the ability to film and capture images from the past without sound. Think of it more as a window to the past than a time machine, a device capable of displaying scenes from a specific time in the past. It's unsure whether the chronovisor is capable of viewing events in the future, as only reports of events from the past have been observed by Ernetti. While a blueprint of this device exists in the public domain, it's not exactly clear how the machine functions. The chronovisor is reported to have been built by a team of 12 scientists, most of which go unnamed, but includes famed physicist Enrico Fermi and former Nazi scientist Wernher von Braun, who helped Ernetti construct the device. Fermi was noteworthy, as he received a Nobel Prize in Physics in 1938, while von Braun was part of the NASA team that allowed America to step on the moon. While the concept of a time-traveling machine is seemingly impossible, with a team of these renowned scientists, it lessens the gap of fiction and reality. The machine itself was composed of antennae made out of mysterious metals, which were responsible for receiving light and sound signals on every wavelength responsible for tuning into a specific time and place. Additionally, there was a screen and recording device that allowed the user to capture any moments they wanted. Ernetti claims to have observed many historical events, some of which he has proofs of observing. As mentioned earlier, Ernetti claims to have watched parts of Thyestes during his televisual travels, publishing fragments of what he observed from the play. He also claims to have seen ancient Rome during its prime. Ernetti was also able to recount how he witnessed Marcus Tullius Cicero's speech to the Roman Senate in 63 BC. Other speeches Ernetti claims to have watched are those of Mussolini and Napoleon. The boldest and most famous historical event he claims to have witnessed through the chronovisor, however, is the crucifixion of Jesus Christ in AD 33. On May 2nd, 1927, through an Italian magazine called La Domenica del Corriere, Ernetti published a shocking image that surprised many, especially the religious: the never-before-seen face of a crucified Jesus Christ. While its legitimacy is heavily contested, this is what Ernetti considers as the prime proof of the chronovisor's time-traveling abilities, because nobody saw the chronovisor machine itself. In addition to this, Ernetti also claims that he witnessed the Last Supper and kept a photograph of the event for himself as a souvenir. Though unlike his claim of seeing Christ's crucifixion, evidence for this has not been provided by Ernetti. The Vatican has been silent on the issue of the chronovisor, though many speculate that the Vatican may have forcefully silenced Ernetti to ensure that a time-traveling machine remains a secret to the public while being exclusive to the Vatican's possession. It's been rumored that Ernetti went back in time for the Vatican to capture exclusive images of historical Christian events, such as the crucifixion of Christ. The Society of Jesus was founded in 1540 by Ignatius of Loyola, a Spanish Basque nobleman. The Jesuits were initially created to be an order of missionaries, but they quickly gained a reputation for being fierce defenders of the Catholic faith. They were also known for their education and intellect, and they soon became one of the most powerful orders in the Church. The Jesuits answered directly to the Pope, but were also answerable to their superior general, the so-called Black Pope. Saint Ignatius of Loyola first used the title, with black referring to the Society's dark and secretive yet powerful nature. The Black Pope is a shadowy figure believed to wield incredible power behind the scenes of the Catholic Church. However, he is shrouded in mystery, with many theories about his true identity and purpose. Some believe he's the true power behind the Catholic Church, while others claim that he is just another figurehead with little absolute authority. The Black Pope is the head of the Jesuits, acting as the superior general, Praepositus Generalis in Latin, of the Order of the Jesuits. He is referred to as the Black Pope not because of his race or skin color, but because of his position in the church hierarchy. It is said that he is second in command after the Pope, making him one of the most influential people in the Catholic Church. The name comes from the black cassock, or long-sleeve clothing that Jesuits wear, often seen as secretive, powerful, and omniscient. Although the superior general has authority over all society members, he typically leads through provincial superiors who report to him. Similar to other religious organizations, its power derives from the sacred vows that link members to communal life. After one of the superior generals retires or passes away, another will be elected by a body known as the General Congregation of Society. If a person is elected a superior general, they have that title for the rest of their life until they pass. However, the 35th General Congregation was called after the previous superior general decided to resign because of health issues. The current Black Pope, known by the name Arturo Sosa, ascended to the throne following the retirement of the 35th Superior General. He is a Venezuelan Catholic priest, elected to the position on October 14, 2016, replacing Adolfo Nicolas and becoming the Society's 36th Superior General. He holds the title for the first Jesuit leader to be born in Latin America. The Black Pope rules over Jesuits, and he has complete control over the order's finances, strategy, and diplomacy. In addition, the Black Pope oversees all Jesuit activities worldwide and reports directly to the Pope. The Jesuits are a controversial religious order, and the Black Pope is their most powerful and influential leader, automatically making him a highly controversial figure. He's believed to be the mastermind behind many of the Church's political machinations. As a result, various governments have banned the Jesuits throughout history, and their activities are often shrouded in secrecy. Despite his power and influence, the Black Pope is not well known to the general public. This is due to the Jesuits' emphasis on discretion and reluctance to attract public attention. Nevertheless, the Black Pope is a powerful and influential figure within the Catholic Church, and his actions can significantly impact the world. How much power does the Black Pope have? That isn't easy to say. Some believe he has great power and influence, while others believe his power is greatly exaggerated. While the truth may remain unknown to many, the Black Pope remains as a mysterious but respected figurehead in the Catholic Church. Because of the Black Pope's mystery and secrecy, many people have started rumors, myths, and even theories about the full identity of the Black Pope. Some are a bit more grounded, like the Pope being involved with the Illuminati, while some are more outlandish and fantastical, like the Black Pope being able to resurrect the dead. The following are the most famous rumors circulating about the Black Pope. 1. The Black Pope is a vampire. This rumor was started by people who feared the power of the Black Pope. Obviously, the Black Pope is not a vampire, although there are rumors floating around that the Black Pope is immortal. 2. The Black Pope is the Antichrist. This rumor is spread by those who believe that the Catholic Church is evil. The Black Pope is not the Antichrist, although he is a controversial figure. 3. The Black Pope controls the Illuminati. This rumor is spread by those who believe that the Illuminati is a real organization. The Black Pope does not control the Illuminati, although he is rumored to be involved with them. Whether or not the Black Pope is truly as powerful and influential as some believe him to be is up for debate, but there is no denying that he is a controversial figure within the Catholic Church, and his beliefs and actions continue to cause division among believers. The Jesuits are a Catholic religious order known for being very conservative and opulent. However, they have a long history of working behind the scenes to influence world events. The Black Pope is the head of this order and wields a great deal of power within the Church. Some people believe the Black Pope is a force for good. They point to his work with the poor and oppressed as proof of this. They also say he's a brilliant and cunning man who knows how to get things done. Others believe that the Black Pope is up to no good and think he's behind some of the Church's more controversial policies, such as its stance on birth control and abortion. Is the Black Pope a force for good or evil in the world? Only time will tell. In the meantime, we need to learn as much as possible about him and his motivations. Only then will we be able to ensure that he is on the side of righteousness. But one thing is certain, he remains one of the most intriguing and mysterious figures in the history of the Catholic Church. The Black Pope is a figure who continues to fascinate and mystify historians and observers of the Vatican. His story is one of power, corruption, and mystery, and deserves to be better known. The Black Pope is a symbol of the dark side of the Catholic Church, and his story is a warning to all who would seek to wield power within its walls. The Black Pope is a reminder that even the holiest of institutions can be tainted by human frailty.